Alright, this is the install at 151 Stoneway by Terrafirma. So when I first came in and talked to the guys, I came over and said, hey, whoa, this gap is really, really wide along this wall. This was sticking out here somewhere. And I said, how am I supposed to finish that? And they said, oh, you can re-sheetrock the wall. And my answer was, no, that was not part of it. No one told me it was going to be sticking out. So what they did is they pulled this one up and they moved it back tighter to the wall where we can work with it. But there's lots of places where they didn't do that. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I can get more than one finger in there. I mean, it's really going to be hard to finish that. Like, it's going to be impossible to finish that. And then as we come into the bathroom, this is left over from them mixing concrete in here. And then again, the same thing along the wall. Like I'm supposed to be able to put a tub back in here. It's going to smash this rail. How am I supposed to put a tub in here when I can get a whole finger in there? Also, I mean, look at the way that they poured this out. Does that look like it goes down to a nice flush finish to you? I mean, look at that. It's completely now raised up. I don't know, an eighth to a quarter of an inch. Another thing, we did not talk about, like it was not mentioned to me that we were going to cut out holes in the corners of the wall this size. Like this is, I mean, granted there's a tub here, but I mean I still got to re-sheetrock this, but that side and this side, like there was no mention of there being additional costs that's going to be incurred because we're going to have to fix where they've cut wall studs. I mean, this is a wall stud that they cut on both sides. And then this is around on the kitchen side. Again, I mean, just seems like a long ways off the wall to me. There's no way that someone could just come in here and finish this with trim. And again, with the hole cut in the wall, I mean, there's electrical right here. Nobody had mentioned anything about needing to cut out wall studs in the bottom plate of the wall. And again, with the way that they floated this out is just absolutely horrible. So, I mean, if you look in here, we've got vinyl flooring, right? And if I was doing the install, I would assume that they're probably going to put vinyl flooring back in here. There is absolutely no way we can put vinyl flooring in here. Like, I wish I had a level right now to show you. This is a high spot that swoops down into a low spot. It's not flat at all. And then this, you can just see how high up it is. There's no way I could put floor. I mean, look at this. There's just chunks left all over the place. This is not acceptable. Look at all these pieces of stuff. Just randomly all down and along the floor. And they're calling that a finished job. And then last thing, so there's a door that goes on here normally. But they cut the door frame off about 8 or 9 inches high. Left all this just hanging out. I mean, it was just never mentioned that we were going to have to cut all this out. You know, that's a big cost that someone is going to have to incur. I don't think it should be us when it wasn't mentioned before. And then, other than the fact that we're going to need shown how to use the system, it's got multiple switches and buttons on it. And then there's some service tags here that say, hey, next service due, but it's just kind of scratched out. It doesn't say anything about when the next service is due. But a couple of questions. I mean, I'm not sure why this one needed to get 45'd out away from the wall and not just run parallel to the other one and have them be so far apart. That just looks random and coming off the wall like that for no reason. And then they kind of come back closer together, but I mean, the original plan when it was explained to me was that they were going to go out in this utility closet, not come through the sheetrock and into the kitchen area before it went out the wall. I don't understand why it needed to come clear down, into the visible living space when it could have went out over there. That wasn't the way it was explained originally.